Robert Teague is with us, partner from the Teague Law Firm, and with us each Friday on Halftime, filling in for James today. Robert, how's it going? How's James doing?
Good. He's recovering well from his oral surgery, and he'll be back with you guys next week.
Outstanding. So I guess he couldn't necessarily scream and cheer too loudly last night after oral surgery, but what a win that was for Arkansas yesterday, and everybody's feeling really good about it right now today.
Yes, it was one of those games where you were just on the edge of your chair, and my wife finally left the living room. She said she just couldn't take it anymore. So that's just kind of the way our household, you know.
Did you see the, well, of course you did. You're watching the game. Was that Erin Calipari? I think that was his daughter, Cal's daughter.
It looked like she had two daughters, like there was a daughter on each side. I couldn't tell.
It cracked me up, Robert, watching them, and then there's his wife in the middle, and you could see her saying, "Oh, I'm good. And that's before the second time out that Boogie called. She's got to convince herself, just like we do.
Yes, it was a really great game, and looking forward to tomorrow's game.
Well, what do you watch? Sorry, how do you watch tomorrow? Because you're a baseball guy too. I know you're all about the Razorbacks through and through. We've had listeners text in, say that they'll do two screens. One will do a giant TV with the iPad in front. One will watch basketball with baseball in the ear. How do you take in these two games tomorrow that are going to be taking place simultaneously?
Yeah, Phil, my wife and I will be in section 102, and we'll have our phones on, and we'll just kind of take in both. But yeah, it's a big series with South Carolina, and we'll be in the stands.
This team right now coming in red hot. Carolina did beat College of Charleston on Tuesday, but they've dropped a couple of weekend series, including losing 2 of 3 to Oklahoma over the weekend. They had a sense that they played better than OU, but they still lost 2 out of 3. Right now, we had questions earlier about the lineup. Robert, so is there a different approach? Why do you think they're hitting better? Why do you think it's just a lineup overall that's better? And I think it has a lot more to do with personnel than anything else. I just think it's a better group of hitters, 1 through 9, than I think we saw consistently last year.
Yeah, I think you were there Friday night, and it was a Razorback fan. Sometimes we think the sky's falling after that Friday night game, but recovered well, and the guys picked each other up, and the most hits I've ever seen in an Ole Miss series, and you've done several over the years, that they kind of came home Tuesday and picked up where they left off, and it's just going to be interesting to see how we do this weekend. South Carolina will be tough. Their coach is an ex-LSU coach that I'm very familiar with, and he's not going to back down. And even last night, I was watching a little bit of the Alabama-Tennessee game, and Tennessee looked unbeatable, and Alabama beat them last night. So that series will be interesting as well. So I think it's just a week by week in the SEC. You can't get too high, you can't get too low, and you got to prepare and get ready. But I like the way the team's preparing. Now the starting rotation stayed the same, so that'll be interesting to see if starters can, at least get through, 4 or 5 innings at home. I think that'll help out the bullpen.
So you're section 102, right? That's where you said you're sitting?
102.
How long you been there?
This was actually our first year. We were on the opposite side for the last 8 years, and we had an opportunity to move over to 102. So you don't get the sun this time of year, so it's a little cool over there. But I really enjoy being right there in front of first base.
Yeah. What's the feeling around you're getting to know all of the people you're sitting around and everything? I mean, are they bought in 100%? Or are they kind of still like a wait and see approach right now with this baseball team?
Yeah, I think it's a wait and see approach. The big time supporters. This is when they start turning out. So a lot of times through this non-conference schedule, you're seeing a lot of family members and friends and those type of people in the seats. But I've noticed now, as we get into conference and then some of the midweek games where we played UCA and Conway people are starting to fill in, and I met some folks from El Dorado, from Texarkana, and they're loyal fans. They drive up, and they don't miss too many big-time baseball games.
Do you do a bracket? You got time to throw a bracket together, or is that just is there's too much going on?
Yeah, it's my obligatory 11 and 5 yesterday. That's pretty good for me. I think I put way too much logic into my bracket, and that's why I don't do well until the end.
Do you think fewer laws are broken across the state when after an Arkansas basketball win in the NCAA tournament? It just seems everybody's happier.
Oh, yeah. I've been a Razorback fan since I could walk, and I know that there's really no in between. It's really the sky is falling or it's the greatest thing of all time. That's just kind of the way we are, We when times are bad, we fly banners on planes, and then when times are great, it's like last night, I don't know if you're a big X guy, but Twitter, but it's a great following. And then when we're in a bad streak, everybody is an armchair quarterback.
Well, there's something Chuck had said this morning on Chuck and Bo that he's so right about this. And I've been around in Arkansas for 3 times, going to the Sweet 16, twice in the Elite 8, but not going to the Final Four national championship. And you think about, a football season that goes really well, that'll bring everybody together. But then it kind of stops before your bowl game, and just a little difficult to keep the continuity of that. Baseball season, it's still it's not as popular as basketball. I don't know if there's anything that brings the state together and the fan base together, and you know what it can be like when things aren't going well, and that's we dealt with it in January. I mean, there's infighting amongst fans about, well, this is the reason they're no good, this is the reason, and all of that. Nothing brings people together, I think, in the sports landscape than a run in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, when you go back and you just look at the trends and where we've gone with coaches but I think when you get to this point, man, it's just amazing how the fan base will turn out. I always say the Razorbacks, it's like a close-knit family. Sometimes you get a little crossways with your family members, and then when everything's going well, it's the greatest thing of all time. So I wouldn't change it for nothing,
Well, we always appreciate when James visits, and Robert's been filling in do you want to say you'd be a pinch hitter or a relief pitcher? Which one would you rather be?
I think I'm just going to be a closer here for a couple weeks.
Okay, so you're a closer. That means you come in and you throw really hard for an inning. How hard can you throw? Because I know James, he got the triple digits before.
Oh yeah, matter of fact, we ran into Coach Jordan the other night and kind of reminisced about some of his playing days. But yeah, he was up to 98, 99 with the Orioles. So no, I was nowhere near that. I was a basketball player. So. And playing South Carolina, I don't know if we've got time to tell a quick story.
Sure.
Fouts the other night, you remember he hit the guy in the head in the helmet. It was a little scary moment. I remember being in South Carolina with James, and they stick the Razorback fans all the way down in the corner. You can't see. I'd moved around to the middle of the stadium there, and to watch him pitch, he'd come in out of the bullpen, and the fans were great. They said, hey, come on in here, watch your son, get some video and some tape, and 4 or 5 guys there. And first pitch hits the guy in the helmet, in the ear hole. Helmet flies out, his ears bleeding. And I was standing there, and the guy nudged me and he said, you can leave now and go back out there.
Oh, gosh. I remember that. I feel like I remember seeing that helmet fly off. I remember that moment. That was really scary. But that's also, yeah, hey, you can leave now. And yes, sir.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yes,
now,
sir. Yes, sir. Whatever you say.
Yeah. The South Carolina, they'll always bring a good team in, so I'm looking forward to it.
BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for betting on all the madness. Whether you're a seasoned fan or a first-time bettor, BetOnline is your ultimate game day companion. With the largest selection of odds on everything from college basketball to a $200,000 bracket contest, BetOnline continues to be your number one sports betting source. From every Cinderella story to every hat trick, BetOnline has you covered with odds, stats, and more for every game, every play, and every win. BetOnline, the game starts here.